Hello guys, welcome back to Shine Define Arts. Today we are going to do a very quick and easy oil pastel work, and we are going to do our own Ganpati. It is coming up next week is a Ganpati celebration, which is kind of the onset of festival season in India, and it is a huge big deal in India, and I thought I would show you something to do by yourself. I have seen a lot of people doing their own sculptures of Ganpati for their own religious rituals. Well, I'm not that good at sculptures, neither I have the apparatus or whatever I need to do that, but I am an artist, gotta do something, right? So I thought I'll do an oil pastel drawing and share it with you so that you can do your own as well. In this case, I have put the Ganpati on the side, and I have chosen the background to be a moonlit night sky, but you can make your own variation of it. You can put like a sunset kind of background, or a general landscape, or a seascape, whatever pleases you, whatever you think would be better or right for the Ganpati in the front. You can make it even broader, the Ganpati even broader, and make the background smaller, and that is how you can improvise on this one. Feel free to use this video and make your own version or make the same version, as long as you do not claim it to be your original idea, because that would get you into plagiarism, and I honestly do not want you to get into that, and that's why I am against copying without letting the original artist know it's not a good idea. Let's not do it. That being said, feel free to use this tutorial for your advantage to create your own Ganpati and give it your own dimension as well. A particular section of the video where I have done this mountain part, the camera slid up a little bit such that it did not capture this. All I have done is initially at first put in very squiggly, very loose-handed lines in black, then come back with blue and gray, and then blend it back with gray. And that is how I have gotten this texture and the idea that the moonlight is reflecting off the mountains. I apologize because I think you would like to see that part too. And the whole idea of the painting is around that if this is the moon, this is the light source, and so everything is lighter when it is closer to the light source, and the farther away from the light source it is darker. So you would see that the Ganpati will go from light to dark as we go from right to left. That is my right here to my left here. And again, as we are going from top to down, it is getting darker, and the reflections are closer to the moon. So closer to the moon, lighter, farther away, darker. That's the general idea with any light source. If you put a sun there, it will be the same thing. So keep that perception in mind, because we are dealing with realism over here. And with that, without more talking on my side, let's get into the video. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That is the best way of getting to know what is coming up and what is going on. Thank you once again. I'm starting off with the moon and kind of using gray marks inside the moon to mark off the craters on the moon. This is a small moon, so I will not add a lot of details. Then I'm coming back with light shades of blue around the moon and kind of defining or rather blocking where I want to put the clouds, or kind of outlining the clouds at the very beginning. I'm going to use about 3 to 4 shades of blue, and keeping in mind that the closer they are to the moon, the lighter shades of blue I will be using. And the lighter it would be, I would be pulling in a lot more of whites and light blues around the moon, and the farther away from the moon they go, they will be darker. And that is going to be the general rule in the entire drawing or painting. Closer to the moon, or facing the moon, they will be lighter sides, and farther away or away from the moon, they will be darker. So you can see I am kind of blocking in the clouds now. For the clouds, I'm sticking to grays and light blues and coming back with a lot of white to give them the impression of fluffy clouds. As of now, you will see that I am using all my pastel marks in only one direction. But later, in case of the clouds, to kind of give the impression of the fluffiness, I will use some circular strokes as well to make that fluffy look. As of now, I'm still blocking in the clouds, blocking in the sky, and trying to keep it very realistic and adding it lots of colors and lots of layers of colors, because it is very difficult to achieve this realism or this layers of clouds and the fluffy look with just one layer and simply putting right color in the right area. It just doesn't work that way. So I am again using different shades of blue, gray, white. These are the three colors that I'm primarily using, but I'm using them in several shades. So definitely 4 or 5 shades of blue. Now I am using some black to more define the darker areas very far away from the moon, and also kind of give like a outline-ish look. I don't want to kind of outline like you do in cartoons, but at the same time I want to create the contrast. So often in very corner areas I put in some black. Excuse me. And another thing, you have noticed that I put some blue around the moon to well define the moon. You will see that later I will come back with some whites to kind of blend it well in. And I am adding some palm fronds and palm trees. Now you see that I have done the body of the subject or the body of the Ganpati or Ganesh here, just with 2 shades of gray, little bit of blue, and a lot of white. And the general rule of thumb that I've followed is that, once again, towards the moon, lighter, farther away from the moon, darker. So the areas that I have marked for that would be the highlighted areas, I have kept them pretty much close to white, and then farther away I have used grays. Now I'm coming back with blacks and blues and defining the shadows and the different marks on it even more. And then I'm coming back with my white and helping to blend all of that to an even smoother look. So you can see that most of the time I'm using my white like a blender, like a blending stick or blending stump. Instead of using that, I'm using my white to blend in the other colors. Now whenever I want to use the white as highlight, like the very bright highlights, I'm using very, very heavy pressure with the white pastel stick. Coming back with the black to define some of the shadows even more. And now I am creating the marks on the trunk of Lord Ganesh and trying to darken some areas around the eyes and head even more. Define some of the shadows. Now I just did some eyebrows and the marks even more defined. And some of it I'm going to even blend out to give a more natural look. Again, defining some more shadows with the black and grays. And there you have the entire painting. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.